There is abundance in a universe, and we all have the ability to tap into our deepest dreams. You can learn and grow at your own speed, and build a business based on your own needs. Well, I bet you didn't know you could make money from your home and take control of your security. Yeah, I bet you didn't know that you could make it on your own and take good care of your family. Why do we wait until tomorrow when we could do it today? Step out of your comfort zone and take a leap of faith. You can learn and grow at your own speed, and build a business based on your own needs. Well, I bet you didn't know you could make money from your home and take control of your security. Yeah, I bet you didn't know that you could make it on your own and take good care of your family. Bedrock bookkeepers rock it from their home. Bedrock bookkeepers make it on their own. Bedrock bookkeepers live it in the zone. Well, I bet you didn't know you could make money from your home and take control of your security. Yeah, I bet you didn't know that you could make it on your own and take good care of your family. Well, I bet you didn't know you could make money from your home and take control of your security. Yeah, I bet you didn't know that you could make it on your own and take good care of your family. Well, I bet you didn't know you could make money from your home and take control of your security. Yeah, I bet you didn't know that you could make it on your own and take good care of your family.
Hello, entrepreneurs and jumpstarters, specifically my new jumpstart community. Welcome to another amazing episode of Bedrock's. What is this, Mariane? This is Bedrock Interview Monday, and it started as Interview Monday, but I think we're on to something here. If you don't know me, I am the founder and CEO of Bedrock Business Builders, and I'm here with my friend and partner, Coach Yan Yan, who is one of the rising stars in the Philippine community. She is an expert in a couple of things. She's an expert in lead generation. She's an expert in closing deals, and she's also which validates her as an expert. She's number 17 of the top 100 Filipinos to follow on LinkedIn. So welcome, Mariane. You look lovely tonight.
Yeah, because I wasn't able to take a bath today, so I'm beautiful. Good evening, Bedrock. Good evening for those who's watching right now. So I hope you had a great weekend because last weekend we attend in the networking event, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, another great all-day workshop with Sherry Pineda.
Mhm.
The Bookkeeper's Secret Academy, and it shouldn't be a secret. It's not a secret because I think she has over 25,000 members in her group, and more importantly, she's really a salt of the earth person. She's out there trying to do a lot of what we're doing, Marion. That's why we're like minded. She's out there trying to help the Philippine community uh, catch on and capitalize on this freelancing movement. Uh,
Yes.
so I like to say, the best is yet to come. I believe that we're just starting out, and a big part of this, we started our bedrock courses, uh,
Two
and you
years
were
ago.
instrumental in that. You and just so people know, uh, you were instrumental because you quit working at Bedrock. Is that correct?
Yes. Yeah, but I also don't know what will happen next. I just know that I should quit. That's the only thing that I know that time. Just quit.
Yeah. Well, you didn't
But still,
quit. You didn't really quit, and I respected what you did because it showed integrity. It showed integrity, and one of the things that attracted us to you was the fact that you had this small Facebook group. You had 1,500 people in the group, and what I loved about that was you were doing it without any profit motive. You were doing it because you just wanted to help Filipinos get into the accounting freelance market. And
yeah.
the rest is history. And but
Fierce
before
encounter.
before we get going, we do have a couple of people following us. Joe C, who was at the Jumpstart event, and she personally must have sold about 35 or 40 of my books, The Secret Sauce to U.S. Accounting and Taxes. So Joe C is one of my favorite people right now. We have ERK. We have
Eating fatness.
Jaden and Maria. So thank you. And they all have arts. I think those aren't for me. Those are for you, Marianne. Uh, and also, besides and you should put a link in the chat about accounting peoples because that's your people, right? You're closing in on
Mhm.
20,000 members now, right?
Yeah, going 20,000.
Yeah, you're at like 19,998. So are you going to have some kind of award for number 20,000?
Yeah, maybe I will prepare my speech for the 20,000. It's the milestone, right? Because it's
Big
30
milestone.
years this August.
Maybe we could give away one of our bedrock courses. So
Possible. Why
I'm just
not? On the 20,000. So for those who's watching, maybe we already announced you have a free course coming from Joe if we reach the 20,000. So invite people from the community. So maybe that's our
yeah.
challenge to them.
And the more people we have in these communities, the quicker the word will spread about the opportunities that are out there for freelancers, and for me specifically, uh, the getting into the American tax market. That's what I'm all about. But there's opportunities all over the world, and you're also the founder and CEO of a company called TaskWise, right?
Yeah.
So you want
Yeah.
to, yeah, Marianne's a woman of many talents and unlimited energy. So you want to talk a little bit about TaskWise for a minute?
Yeah, again, just to share, although I've always been honest and transparent always to the community. Yes, TaskWise is being established August 13, 2021. That time it's sole that time it's only sole proprietor, but 2022 I was able to register at SEC. But just like other agency or startup company, it's not that perfect. I'm still learning how to craft or create a niche on the task wise, but I must say this couple of months, I was able to really find what will be the strength of TaskWise. That will be the streamline hiring process. So because I've realized when I started the community, they always asking me, can you refer someone who knows tax accounting? Even now, I still getting who will be the tax accountant I can refer. I told to her, just wait, I'll get from the student from Bedrock. So those things, even virtual assistant. Now I receive VP marketing, executive assistant. So a lot of job opportunities because they know that I have a community. So they for sure they want something, a fast way of hiring people rather than putting on JobStreet or LinkedIn. It will take their time to hire people. So mostly the people that I'm getting is coming from the community or within my circle from LinkedIn. And then I posted it, and from there, at least, as I mentioned the last talk, last jumpstart, it's very hard to create trust and like. So if you're really in the community, most likely the trust and like is already built. So it's easy for us to hire people. So now TaskWise is getting a lot of referrals, recommendation. If they even maid, they're asking me if I can hire a maid. Imagine, they need a maid, two maid from my connection. So maybe you can
They
add
want to hire you. They want to hire
a
you.
maid. No, I'm not. You can rely on now on cleaning. But yeah, that's why
Oh, a maid. I thought you
maid, a
said they
maid,
want to hire. Oh,
a
that's
maid.
interesting. How about a maid that does accounting?
No. All of
So
the workforce now, they ask me how if I know someone. Even
yeah.
RPO, you imagine RPO, recruitment process outsourcing. They ask me if I can provide. So some of those things. So that's why now TaskWise I craft now. I call it a streamlined hiring
So
process.
so basically, you're almost like a personnel agency. Businesses are coming to you and saying, "We need this person.
Yes.
We need a maid in what country?"
UK. There is now Canada and
I'm
Philippines.
looking. I'm looking for a maid.
Oh
I'm looking
really?
for.
Okay, I'll check on my. No,
I'm
seriously,
joking.
someone asked me to have a maid. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So do you have a community with TaskWise?
I don't have only pages in LinkedIn
Oh,
and
okay. Because
Apple.
so Josie is offering to expand your network. So she's a real
It's a sales. This is my
community. Yeah,
new.
she's somebody that we need to pay attention to. So
Yeah.
thank you, Josie. We also have Annabelle. Annabelle says, "Good evening, Coach Joe and
Good
Coach Ann."
evening.
And we have Deck. Deck has been following us. She's been at the seminar, so I could see good things happening with her and a lot of people, a lot of people. But let's get to the topic for tonight because we
Mhm.
started last week. It was all about interview techniques and uh, not only what we learned is there's techniques for closing interviews where you're actually looking for a position, and there's techniques for closing clients. And I have to tell you honestly, you're one of the best that I've ever seen at both of those. But what that led us to is something that I believe every freelancer needs before they even go out there trying to get clients and or a position with the firm, and that's a LinkedIn profile.
Yeah.
So you're obviously a pro at this. Okay, so let's say I'm just starting out because I have my own take on what people need on this, but I'm
Mhm.
just starting out. Where do I start with my LinkedIn profile?
So of course you should start, of course, in the nice photo, of course, because let's face it, sometimes people are so judgmental. They look first on the face and the looks of the people. So looks can be deceiving. So so you have to to invest also in a good photo you can do for the studio, and then create a nice background, and then put a banner. We call it a banner, so like a display profile at the back. So you have to create a statement there that what is the thing that you're offering. So you have to be
Okay,
specific.
okay, hold on a second. So you just threw three different things out there. Let's start with the photo.
Yeah.
And right away you say, "Oh, you have to invest." And I take the position that, listen, we're talking about people with limited budgets. Let's just assume that not everybody has money to invest because that scares people. So let's say you don't have money to invest. How would you, because I know, like, I have a couple of different phones. I have a Samsung that takes pretty good pictures, and I know
Mhm.
the iPhones take really good pictures. So you're talking about taking a picture and having a good background. How could somebody do that without any money?
Yeah, that's why we have a community. I'm sure my admin Jenny Taganila is watching. When I get Jenny that time last year, she was able to edit my photo for free. So I didn't ask her to do that. When I see the photo on my banner, I was so amazed. That's the way I like it. So she did it in one of the free applications. I don't know Remini. So she edited, and then our photo when we started jumpstart with the white vest. So she edited like I'm having this one. So she edit that one, and then that's it. I'm doing it posting on my banner. So you can also ask people who can do that for you for free, and because they
Oh
can
well.
add it on your portfolio. I
So
hope I'm touching it.
no, that's a good point, and I've been playing around with Chat GPT, and it's amazing, even what you can do for free, because they have one one part of it. There's different aspects to Chat GPT. One of them is you could remove a background,
Yeah,
right? You could remove the background, and then you could actually, I mean,
edit
you
your.
need some kind of talent, but you're right, there's a lot of people out there that can do it like in seconds. In
Yeah,
seconds.
it's their
And
talent.
again, that's why, being part of a community is powerful. It's powerful, and all you got to do is ask somebody, listen, I need to optimize my LinkedIn profile, and I don't have any money to spend, but I'll be your best friend.
Yeah, true.
Okay.
So that's
I
it.
could tell you a funny and sad story about headshots, because that's really what we're talking about. When I was in my friend's mastermind group, we had a professional photographer, and they would do headshots, and I think he would do a bunch of them. This was over 10 years ago. He did a bunch of them for $100, which is cheap. That's very inexpensive for a professional photographer to do a headshot. And so he did a bunch of them, and I actually picked the first one that he did. Okay. Then a couple of years later, he had a team. It was a husband and wife, very professional photographers. He must have uh, no, Val Westover. That was his name. Uh, he must have taken 50 or 60 headshots, all like different rooms, different backgrounds. You know what headshot I went with? The first one that was ever taken. And I still have that same headshot. My team has tried to, they were like, oh, you need a new headshot. And and I was like, you know what? I like the old headshot. I like the whole. So sometimes it's like, just go with it, right? And
Yeah,
yeah,
just
you,
try.
you do need a good background. But you know what I did with my background, and this was just recently. I removed the background. All I have is a white background now, and that looks fine. Okay, but you are right. You know, the picture is important. Okay.
Yeah,
The next thing you talked about is the banner.
the
It's what do
banner.
you mean by the banner?
In the banner, we call it offer statement. So I help Filipino freelancer to discover working from home, earning six digits using my closing technique. So you have to be specific on your offer. That's a
Okay,
random offer
so you
statement.
need an offer.
Offer
You have to
statement.
craft an offer. And again, this is something you can utilize your your community.
Yes,
And I
Canva.
mean, you have 20,000 people, and this is what I love about these communities. People are always willing to help. So you could like do a poll. You could say, listen, I'm looking for the best banner, like the
Yes,
best.
you can
What
help.
it is, you call it a tagline, or no, it's your offer. This is
Offer
what
statement.
you do. This is I call it my why. I empower entrepreneurs to live a life of significance. Okay, that's
Yeah.
not my banner, but that's just an example. It should be short and specific, correct?
Yes.
And then again, what do? You make it into a graphic.
Yeah, I also asked my SMM Jenny Taganila who made my updated banner because I cannot do that. I even told you that if you need help, just ask seek help for the people who's very good on that. So your life will be easy. So just ask Jen to did my who make my banner on my LinkedIn, and
So
then
what
yeah, she's
about,
good at
I don't know. I know Canva is a powerful. Uh, you can do a lot of different things on Canva, but is there a free version of Canva? Because if there is,
that.
people could probably go on there and just say, "I need a LinkedIn header."
Yeah, it's free, but it's better if you have a paid version. There is some subscription. That's why last week they're asking if they can avail the pro and then share the subscription to 10 people. So it's cheaper
Oh
because you
wow!
can use
So,
different. Yeah,
yes,
creating a banner,
Danny,
creating a
Danny
content.
says yes, and Josie says yeah. There's a subscription. I'm going with the assumption that you know not everybody has money to invest in subscriptions and hiring somebody. So I'm going by how do people with a limited amount. So Josie says it's about you could start out with only $6 a month for Canva, and the thing is you could sign up for it. And listen, all you got to do is get six people that need this,
Yeah,
right? And it's a
yeah,
dollar, and then you produce your yeah. And Glenn is I think putting six people out there. Uh, do what you have to do for a month, and then you can cancel it. All right. So there's ways where there's a will, there's a way. All right. So now you have your
banner.
headshot and your banner, right? When you say your banner, is that the uh, what do they call it? The header, right?
Display. Yeah, display
Okay,
photo, display profile at the on LinkedIn.
okay, okay. And then what was the third thing that you talked about?
So on the, I think after your name, you have to really specify, of course, your position. For example, me, CEO of TaskWise. Then I put there a freelance bookkeeper coach. Then I put top 17 Filipinos to follow on LinkedIn. And then the problem that I'm solving, I also shared that one last Saturday on BBT. So You have to remember. I also watched that in one of the free resources that you should solve the problem on your profile. So communicate effectively and
Yes,
excel
yes,
in
I
closing
like that.
deals.
I
Yeah, and excel.
remember, yeah, I remember your talk now. It's about communicating. And
Yeah.
everything really comes down to communicating. That's what we're doing. And you talked about, solving a problem. I have this daily series where I talk about, different business strategies, marketing, and tax, uh, creative tax strategies. And my second one was the three questions I say every business owner needs to answer. And the first one was, guess what? What problem do you solve? Right? Because
So same with
so
LinkedIn.
for okay, so Josie is saying, as to the display photo here, I'm just gonna put it up here. Okay, so everybody could see. You can have an AI enhanced photo, uh, and you want one that. So I could tell you years ago, I met this woman, and she was an expert in something, and I met her, and she was nice, and she had this box set that she was selling, and the headshot that she had must have been taken 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And I looked at it, and just that, it just gave me a bad feeling. I said, you know what? I'm not buying anything from this woman. I'm not doing business with her, because it's got to be like, listen, what are you doing today? People don't care about what you did 20 years ago. Uh, so another thing, and this just comes up. I see a lot of people, and I think this is on Facebook, but they have in their headshot, open to work, or would you put that on
Hybrid.
LinkedIn?
Yeah, there's three kinds of photo on LinkedIn: hiring, open to work, and just a plain photo. So in that way, if you're open for work, if your recruiter will reach out to you if you're open for a work because you already put you're open for work. So they will
Okay.
the people that you will attract is the recruiter or for the people who's hiring. So it's important also to put if you're really looking for a job, put open to work. And if you're hiring, put hiring.
Okay. I get messages all the time on LinkedIn. Are you hiring? Are you
Me too,
hiring?
a lot every
So
day.
yeah, so LinkedIn, people do go, and that's why we're talking about this, because anybody that's going to be hiring is going to go to your LinkedIn profile. Just take that for as a guarantee almost. Okay.
Yes.
What about people that are looking for clients? Like me, I'm not looking for a job. I'm looking for clients.
Yeah, for client side, that's why now recently I've noticed that the people that I'm getting is someone who really needs on people fit, meaning right candidate, a fit candidate that will match their qualification expectations. So, for example, I mentioned last time the Canadian client that I have engagement right now. He specifically needs a full time bookkeeper Canadian who has this kind of experience and able to work without side gig. So very specific needs. So from then, what will I do? What our team will do is really look for a person who doesn't have a side gig, which is also in a way I'm thinking it may be confused to a lot of people because I'm teaching being a freelancer. But then again, I talked to one of the agency last week as well, last Friday. She's now getting a hard time getting a freelancer because most of the people that she's getting is full time. Sometimes there's some clients who only need some clean up and catch up and finish the contract. So there's both needs on freelancer and work from home who wants 8 hours of work and some part time. So you have to fulfill those needs, help their needs. So that's why we have a community. Then I told them we have a lot of resources and manpower inside the community. Not only the community, some of the community, I even shared to Sergio earlier the hiring. So collaboration. So you can see it everywhere in the community, because for sure we need to really filter the right candidate for each position, because that's the promise to our client, that we can deliver in just 2 weeks the candidate.
That's your promise to the TaskWise clients,
Yeah, we
right?
give now a timeline, because
Okay.
we asked them what will be the recent or most likely you need the candidate, and they specifically say third week of May, first week of June, I need the people. So we have to really deliver those things.
Yeah. So let's go. In Jumpstart, we started with weekly workshops, and I remember I think it was our second workshop, second or third. We had a woman that and I agreed with this. She defined uh, two different kinds of workers. She said there's remote workers and there's freelancers. So a
Yes.
remote worker is almost everyone that works at Bedrock are remote workers,
Yeah.
meaning they're full time with one company.
Yes.
Okay. Freelancers are, and you could be a remote worker and a freelancer. And what do I
Yeah.
mean by that? You could have a full time job and you could have side gigs, right? And
Yeah.
then you see, yeah, there's a lot of contracts. There's a lot of, listen, I just need somebody to clean up my books, right?
That's it. Yes.
So, there's all kinds of opportunities. I could tell you uh, from decades and decades of experience, and I've been saying this for a long time, there are numerous opportunities for accountants out there.
Super.
Okay. And I know this for a fact, in America, there is a serious, serious shortage of accountants. Marianne, you shared an article with me last week. I had, and I get these articles all the time about the shortage of accountants
Yeah.
in the United States, and I think it's a worldwide problem.
Even in the Philippines, that was the article was being shared by Steve C to our group chat, and then he mentioned yan yan. So there's really a huge demand or
There
scarcity.
is,
Yeah, in the Philippines already.
yes. So for anybody that's watching live or watching the replay, I highly recommend number one, joining. Marianne, can you put the link again for accounting peoples? Because anyone that takes our courses, most people already know about you. But what I tell them is, even if they're in the community, that they got to join your elite program where you teach them all this stuff, right? About the LinkedIn profile.
Yes. From
Yeah,
getting clients, interview, profile optimization, because that's the basic. I told them that's if you tend to forget the basic, the fundamentals, which is optimization of your profile.
right. And it is a big deal. I see Josie is on LinkedIn. Glenn is on LinkedIn right now. Uh, who else? A lot of people are on LinkedIn, and I stayed off of LinkedIn for a long time, a very long time, because as an accountant, I was getting spammed. I had all these BPO people, all the finance people, all the insurance people. They all want to connect with an accountant. And I understand that. But what I've done, and I want to, because you have like over 27,000 followers, right?
Yeah, 28 maybe tomorrow.
Oh, now it's, oh, okay. So if you're not following Marianne on LinkedIn, she
It's
needs to get to
for
20.
40 connection, and I'm road
Yeah.
for 28,000.
So what I've learned is, since I've gotten back on LinkedIn and I've been connecting with the people, and most of them, most of my connections, what we've been looking for are Philippine accountants. So I've just been connecting with a lot of Philippine accountants, and the spam has almost become like non-existent. I still get them from time to time, but do you know? Maybe it's the algorithm. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
algorithm.
don't know how else to explain it. I'm like, all of a sudden, I'm not getting uh, spammed by all these people, and all my, uh, suggested connections. Guess what? Most of them are Philippine accountants. So
Yeah,
I think, and I think this is a good point, and I didn't actually plan on going here. If you're looking for, and I always told my students this, I said, you don't have to go on Upworks and onlinejobs.ph to find a position. Okay. You could take a proactive approach and start connecting with accounting firms that are on LinkedIn. They're easy to find. There's probably millions of them. Okay.
yeah,
And as you start connecting with accounting firms, probably they're going to come up as, hey, we recommend you connect with these people. Am I on the right track, Marianne?
yeah. And then later on, we will discuss how you can really create a value or creating content on LinkedIn without hard selling, because people don't want to be, random message and just offering your services without building any connections or rapport.
And I know that, so we have a bunch of more just on the LinkedIn profile, because we didn't even get into, you know, a lot of other things, your experience, your hobbies, all of that stuff. But I do know that, and it's part of your ability to generate leads, you have a formula, right? What did you tell me one time? You're like, I know where they are and what they want.
I know where they are and what's their problem. So the
Yes.
problem is really looking for a jobs, and for the employer, they're really looking for a good candidates. And all you have to do is match them. So that's why
So
I'm the mentor.
and it does come down to a problem, because, and then we're going to end this because we're almost at 40 minutes, and I'm going to either lose my voice, or people, they lose their attention span, right? But what I learned a long time ago is when somebody's looking for to fill a position, they have a problem. They have a problem, and you're the solution. I know, as somebody that's had to hire people, I don't like interviewing people. In fact, I'm so uh, bad at it. Not only do I not like it, I'm bad at it. So what I did was I delegated it to my staff, to my team. I said, "Listen, you find the candidates. There's like 2 or 3 rounds of interviews. By the time they get to me, they're basically, well, I shouldn't say they're hired, but that's the truth. If you get past if you go through the gauntlet, you probably got the position. But if you put and that's what changed the whole perspective for me when my mentor told me this. He's like, the person that you're interviewing with, they don't want to be there. They don't want to be interviewing you. They got better things to do with their time, right? So
Yeah,
that's why, and I think next week, what I'd like to do is you go through your onboarding procedure, right? Because I love what you do. It's like you make it so easy,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
I don't want to give
Okay.
this away now. Well, everybody's going to have to come back next week. All right. Any closing words of wisdom or anything you want to say to
Yeah,
close?
because what our topic is all about LinkedIn, right? So again, I will have to emphasize this one. I will repeat that we have a 1 billion users on LinkedIn, 12 million Filipinos. Only 5% is doing right on LinkedIn, meaning 5% of those people are the one doing the content. Because in LinkedIn, they're also human. They want also some news, some engaging, some human connections. They want to be entertained and to be educated and to be inspired on the post. So you have to really, because somebody asked me, do I need to post serious? Because when I'm starting freelancing 2021, I'm also doing that, my own Canva. I've learned how to create Canva and then put my logo and then put some quotes and then I post it on LinkedIn. But there's no engagement because the quote you can search it on Google, right? And then just create a Canva. But I realized the way you will really engage on your target audience is to really share your story. It's a mix of your failures, being vulnerable, the vulnerable, the better. They want that because people and also went through to being, failures and heartaches and whatever, so struggle. So they want that. And if the people see that you're struggling, they will can relate and resonate with you, and people will like you for being so brave to tell the world that you're not perfect. You're experiencing this kind of problems, etc. So and then for your target audience, you really have to emphasize what's the problem you're solving. I create, for example, calling all aspiring freelance bookkeepers. Do you have problem on getting clients? Are you having problem to communicate effectively with your clients? So let me know if you're interested. Comment, and then now I can get leads from their comment, like, and then they will comment, like, and then that's it. That's your lead generation.
Right.
Oh
So you
yeah.
just gave away what I wanted you to share next week. But
I really, I
that,
just a
well,
skip, but you can, yeah.
that's good. Okay. That's just the tip of the iceberg. We got more stuff to go through. God bless everyone. Thank you all for following us and keep up the good work. Uh, it's simple, but it's not
Mhm.
always easy, right, Marianne?
Yeah,
It's
you
not
have
always easy, and
consistently.
I like what you said about people really want to relate. They want to relate to you. Uh, you know uh, the Jumpstart 2-day event and Sherry Pineda's event. I think every expert that was up there talked about their trials and tribulations. Correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Nobody nobody gets there easily. So yeah, that's why I like to say people like me and Coach Yanyan can make it simple for you, but you still got to be willing to do the work and expect the rejection and the heartache. But if you tough it out, you'll get what you want. All right, so
Totally agree.
that's our story. We're sticking with it. Thank you, Coach Yan Yan. And like I
See you
said,
next week.
God bless. Yes, we hope to see you all next week. And over and out. Thank you all.
Bye. Yay!